Video we'll learn about Python strings, what are the basic methods which we get out of the box in Python, the string object or the string class has, and also we will learn about string indexing, how you can access each character of a string, and we'll look at how you can concatenate the strings, and finally we will go over two problems so that you understand in real life, in practical situation, how you can use strings. So let's get started. String, as we saw in the last video, are collections of characters and always in quote. So we can define a string very easily. So I'll open Python, so I can say a equal to hello world. So always remember, it starts with quotes and ends with quotes, right? If I just write a equal to hello world, which many of you might do, it will give an error, right? It says invalid syntax, because it treats all the things without the quote unless they are keywords as variables. So there is no variable like hello or world, so that's why it is giving this syntax error. So always remember, you have to put quotes, right? And how can you check the type? You can do this. So a is an object of class string, right? So if I know that, what do I know? I know that a will automatically have these properties, right? We saw a few in the last video, upper, lower, title. So this gives me out of the box lot of things to play with a, right? I can do a dot upper and it will create an upper string. I can do a dot lower. Of course a is already lower, so does not do lot of changes, but yeah, you can now understand the power of object oriented programming, where once I know that this object is of class this, like here the object is of class string, I automatically have these lot of methods which I can use in my program, right? Going on, remember everything in Python is an object, very important. Basic string methods, we saw this, right? Upper, lower, is digit, is lower, right? Is title. Like another important method is length, so you do length, so that will be 11. So if I count the blank space also, adding two string is very easy. So say a is a string hello world, b is a string yes, so I just do a plus b, so I get this, right? Very simple. Length, find is very important. So I'm not going over all the methods of string, but you can understand that a lot of things come out of the box and you can use certain methods and see how it helps you. So like find of h helps us to see if a character is existing in a string or not, right? And if it is, then what is the position it is at. So we'll come how positions are defined in strings, but find can be used to do that, right? So right, a is your hello world. Now talking about the positioning, this is the indexing which is used in Python, which is a zero based index. So what means is, say hello world is your string, then h will be 0th element, and e will be first, and so on, right? So how we can access it? So if I do a of square bracket 0, then I will get the first element, right here. If I do a of 1, I will get the second element, right? Second character. So I will again suggest that you do it also yourself. As I am typing, you pause the screen and do it. So only once you do it, you will get this confidence, right? Similar negative indexing also works, right? So if I do a of -1, it gives me the last character of the string, which is d, right? It gives. So again, the very fine of the of programming, you can easily verify what I'm saying. If I do a of -2, it gives me the second last, right? Another important is the slicing, where I don't want the whole string, I want a part of the string. So I can do a where I want to start and where I want to end. So this will give me the part of the string starting from the first element or the 0th element to the second element, right? But not including the second. So it gives me the first two, right? And also if I do a of 100, what will happen? It gives an error because it says index error, string index out of range, because the length of the string only is, how can I find length? Length is 11. So if I want to access the 100th element which is not there, then I cannot access it, and that's an error which comes. Now we'll do a small task, and we'll try to see if it helps us, and I will, after I tell the problem, I will suggest you pause the screen and do it yourself. So we'll have to find the last two characters of any given string. So say string is Joker, I want to find ER, and the string can be anything, right? I want to find the last two. So you can pause the screen and try it yourself and then resume. I'll give the solution, no problem. Okay, so we have to find the last two, so means that we have to find a slice of the string. So we can use A, and where we have to start? We have to start at the second last. So how can I access the second last? -2. And how can I go to the last? I can do length of A -1, right? Okay, so I can just do length of A, sorry, not -1, right? Because this does not include the last, remember here 0 to 2 is not 0, 1 and 2, it's just 0 and 1, right? So just do length of A, that will give you the last character, right? Another way to do it is just keep it empty, it will also take you to the last character, right? So this is how you can use slicing to get parts of the string. Okay, another problem we will do, given an int count of donuts, return a string of the form number of donuts where the count is the number passed in. However, if the count is 10 or more, then use the word many instead of the actual count, so the donuts return the number. So basically we'll pass a variable donuts, number of count of number of donuts. If that is greater than 10, then return many. If they are greater than, if they are less than 10 or equal to 10, then sorry, less than 10, then you have to return many. So basically this looks like a if else conditional kind of structure. So we have not talked about it, but let's try it out. So this is Sublime Editor. You can download it, Sublime 3 free editor, which can be used to write code. So I will say donuts equal to some integer. Okay, so if we have to use it, if donuts is greater than 10, greater than or equal to 10, then print number of donuts many, else print number of donuts, whatever donuts you have passed, right? You can also use format to do it, right? But I'm keeping it very simple, right? So let's try it out. It says number of donuts many. So if I just change 9, it says number of donuts 9. Maybe we don't need this, right? So this is how you can write very simple conditional, right? Where you can say if this condition happens, this is a conditional, then do this, then print this, else print this. Another way of writing this will be you can say dot format, and you can put this, right? This also works. This is a new kind of where you all the variables that you want to put in the string, you put in curly braces and then do format and then define those variables. So this also works, right? So that's how you can use basic strings. The different, we learned about the different methods. There are a lot of methods. I have not gone over all of them, but yeah, the main fundamental is that you have been given a lot of methods out of the box. You can use the indexing and do these small tasks. So next one problem I will leave you with, that you do it, and in the next video I will give the solution. So basically you have a string which is S, return a string made up of the first two and the last two characters of the original string. So the problem is, say you have a string spring, so what you have to do is you have to return string 2 So maybe this is string 1, you have to return string 2, which is equal to string 1 first 2 characters and plus last 2 characters. Okay, so in this case this will be something like spng, right, first 2 and last 2. So you have to write, but if the length is less than 2, say a single word is there, s of if length of string 1 is less than 2, then just return string 1. So then if string is equal to s, then the answer should be s only, right? Or if string is equal to spring, then the answer should be spng. So try it out. In the next video I will give a solution to it. Okay, thanks.